we got some news out of Leafs camp. I mean, there's one battle that appears to be ongoing. Everything else is written in stone. We came into it thinking Pierre Engvall would be on that third line, but it sounds as if the rookie Nick Robertson is starting to pique the interest level of Sheldon Keefe and company. Here's what Sheldon had to say about Robertson earlier this afternoon.
Nick's, he's the wild card here in terms of what he can bring and how quickly he can adapt and adjust. But we have to be able to give him those opportunities to be able to see how quickly we can get him up to speed. Early on, it was a little bit slower for him, but it seems the more experience and opportunity we've given him that he's done well with it.
So, I mean, take that for what it's worth. What do you read into this, Dregs? Is it trending towards Robertson playing opening night?
Well, it sounds that way, but I think that Sheldon Keefe and the Toronto Maple Leafs are putting a big, fat, juicy worm at the end of the hook. And it's up to Nick Robertson whether or not he's going to bite. And what I mean by that is they've seen enough in him that, they're giving him the opportunity, but they need to see more. There's no rush with Nick Robertson. There shouldn't be a rush with Nick Robertson. He's a developing player. But if he's that close and they feel like his best development is going to come at the NHL level, they just need to see a little bit more, then why not give him a nudge in the media? Pump him up, coach him up, as Babcock used to say, even though he didn't always do it. Coach him up and see what you get out of that. Because I don't know about you guys. I don't know where Pierre Engvall is in the process. I mean, there were games where I watched him and I'm like, yeah, you know what? He looks like a pretty effective player. And there were games where I'm like, I don't know. I think every team has a player like that where you're curious, but you need to see more, and you don't always see more, and then you see a flash of something. In Nick Robertson, I've seen this kid play junior hockey. I've seen him play minor hockey. I've been around him. He's a really, really good player, and the upside of him is terrific. But you've got to see that at the NHL level, and they've got time on their side. So, I don't know. I'm not convinced. But I like what I hear, and obviously the Leafs like what they see. But I think that this is just putting a little bit more candy on it to see whether or not he can raise his level a little bit higher.
Dreg, you say you've seen him, you've known him, you've watched him, you kind of understand what kind of player he is. Like, how much can you expect, not out of him because he's very talented, but out of a player in his role, which might be third-line winger, limited 5-on-5 minutes, maybe spot duty, second power play. Like, you want to see more, but how much more do you even have the opportunity to show when you're playing in that very sheltered role?
And that's an excellent point, Johnny, and I guess that would ultimately be my concern. And he's a mature kid. And then if they didn't see that maturity, then Sheldon Keefe probably isn't going to the lengths that he's gone already to acknowledge what they've seen and what they need from Nick Robertson. But there's a difference between coming into a training camp in a unique environment, which this is, and doing some things that are impressive, and then, as you suggest, living the life of a third or a fourth line player with limited minutes, no special team time, and just sucking it up and trying to make the best of it. That's where confidence as an elite level junior player starts to erode quickly as a developing NHL player. And that could be part of it as well. That could be part of what the Toronto Maple Leafs are trying to figure out here. Again, I don't know what the rush is. I mean, if the kid is ready to play, then that's on Sheldon Keefe and that's on Kyle Dubas. But if he isn't quite ready, I'm going to be among the group that says good on the Maple Leafs for sending this kid back and let him play those big minutes and in special teams and all opportunities, because he's not going to get that at the NHL level.